Hello and welcome to this edition of Tornado Watch. I'm Sports Information Graduate Assistant Randall Stewart here with head women's soccer coach Simon Duffy. Coach, this week you guys had a pair of one-goal losses on the road, but Rachel Thorpe had an absolutely incredible week. She had all 3 goals. She scored 9 times in the last 8 matches, and in that stretch the team is 3-3-2. It almost seems like the team goes as she goes.
Yeah, unfortunately that's the way it is. She had a great game this past weekend, and even before that, you know, she had a good game. I don't know. They were 2 very important games for us. Obviously, both on the road, both conference. North Greenville was the first one, and Barton this past weekend. Two tough opponents. It was our first time ever to go to North Greenville because they've come to us the last 2 years. Whatever way the conference shuffled the pack, but it was a winnable game for us. But we just kind of did not show up for large periods of the game. You know, first 25 minutes we were very, very good, had a few good shots, and their keeper, she's probably one of the best keepers in the conference. She had some great saves, but it was almost like we just took the foot off the gas, and they went on full kilt from there, scored 2. We were able to pull one back last 5 minutes, and then, believe it or not, got a corner kick with about 20 seconds to go. Came out to Rachel, she had a shot, it was going in top corner, keeper parried it and took a lot of sting out of the ball. It kept going, went to roll over the line, and they cleared it, and that was it. So it's almost like the last 2 games have been games of inches and games of seconds for us. But I really believe, and I said it to the girls as honest as it can be, we got what we deserved against North Greenville. You can't show up for just 30 minutes of a game and expect to do well. So we had a bit of a chat after that game, and played Barton again, another tough team to play. They've got some players up front that are really, really good. Combinations around the box. I mean, they're sharp and move the ball quickly. Went down 1-0 again, first few minutes of the game, and mistake by us. Rachel then just exploded. 2 great finishes. I mean, really, really good, and we looked comfortable. You know, we looked really, really good. They tied it up 2-2, and then we went to overtime. But again, like I said, it seems like games of inches and seconds. With just under 2 minutes to go, they broke through and scored a goal. But not taking it away from Barton, they're a very talented team. But it was 3 moments, lapse of concentration on our part, and all 3 goals were identical. All 3 goals were identical, and we had a chat. Well, not much of a chat after the game, but it's inexcusable mistakes to make in the back. They're so, it's stuff you learn as a kid growing up defending, and it's just simple things like that, to where we were just very disappointed to work that hard, because it was a very, very gutsy performance by us throughout the entire game. I thought we were solid throughout, and it was just 3, I guess you call them lapses in concentration, or just not focused, or whatever it is. And you do that 3 times in a game in the back, you're going to get punished. So,
Coach, let's talk conference tournament scenarios. Currently, you guys are sitting in 8th place in that final conference tournament spot. You're 1 point ahead of 9th place Mount Olive. You get Mount Olive on Saturday after a midweek trip to Spartanburg, South Carolina to face Converse. Do you see that Mount Olive game setting up as a winner-take-all for the conference tournament?
It could possibly well be. We talked about that. I'd like it not to be. If we go and take care of business on Wednesday at Converse, that's going to be a mute point, because it'll be outside of their reach mathematically. Whatever they can do, it doesn't matter. So I'd like it to be that, but beggars can't be choosers. If it comes down to that on Saturday, I'll gladly take it. With it being senior game for us, I'm hoping that we can put in a performance to where emotions always run high, and we got Barton on their homecoming game. So again, it's tough places to go, but Mount Olive haven't played us here at our place yet. We've gone to Mount Olive the last 2 years, so Converse are sitting mid-table right now. But I mean, if we finish like we hope we can, like you said, 2 losses by a goal, so it's not like we're being blown out of the water or anything. But we finish with these two games with 2 wins, and we could be up as much as 5th or 6th. I think is even a possibility. And the scenario could come down then that we get another crack at the whip and we get to go to Barton again. And I think my players would like that, But look, we snuck in 8th place last year. 2 years ago, we had a very strong showing and finished 5th. So, you know, it's not for the lack of wanting and desire, especially this last game. I mean, the girls really showed me that they wanted it, but again, it's costly errors that are really not letting us fulfill what we'd like to do, because, you know, a win on Saturday and it could be a whole different scenario. But again, we'll take what we're given. So Wednesday first, we got Converse away. They'll be gunning for us. You know, they were much improved, came down and played us here last year, 1-1, deservedly so. It was probably a tie. Both teams very, very even. So we're hoping to take care of business on Wednesday, and after that then we look to Saturday. But like you said, it could very well come down to that wire on Saturday to winner takes all for 8th place. So if it comes to that, I think we'll be up to it, but I'd like to be able to kind of get, you know, business taken care of on Wednesday, so we can go into that with a clear frame of mind. And, you know, a win Wednesday and a win Saturday, we could jump up, like I said, you know, close to mid-table, which would be decent enough.
And Coach, Saturday is going to be senior day out here at Parks Field. Talk about the contributions of some of the seniors this season.
Yeah, we've got 3 great seniors this year. They'll start in the back, and we'll work our way forward. Kelsey Plummer. Kelsey's played here the last 4 years, played 3 years obviously for me. She can play in a few different positions, you know, outside back, left or right. Just a strong player. Good, you know, at the ball with her feet when she's going forward. She's good at getting up and down the line. Just didn't have a lot of time to do that. It seems like this year teams we've played have done a great job of, you know, putting the emphasis on attacking on us, so we have to kind of take care of defending. And you want to try and do the opposite of that. You want to try and attack with your defensive players to keep them on their toes. So she's a steady player for us, and has been for the last 3 years. Becca Ramstack, another defender. She's only been here 2 years, but she's just steadfast in the back. She can play anywhere. She can play in the back, she can play in midfield, she can play up top. She'd like to tell you she can play up front as a forward. But just everything about her athleticism, her desire, her leadership, I mean, I could go on and on. She's a captain for us for a reason, you know. She did an outstanding year last year. We were ravaged with injuries, as we kind of are this year at times, and we had to play a lot of people out of position, and she, you know, gladly, you know, stepped in at any position we needed her, and this year as well. So we're definitely going to miss her next year, just her leadership alone, and how she puts forth the effort. You know, she comes off that field ready to collapse every single game, and that's what you want from players. You know, there's no fake in it, and it's an honest, gutsy performance she puts in every single time. And then last but not least is Devon. Devon's been here, this is her 5th year here. Unfortunately got injured in a pre-season game last year, it would have been her senior year, and we were lucky enough to where she was going to be here an extra semester, so she's going to graduate now in December. So Devon's, you know, a centre mid for us, and has an engine on her like no other. She just doesn't stop. She does not stop working, and she's one of those players that very rarely comes off the field for us, as Becca as well. So just again, she's a captain for us, a leader for us, and big shoes to fill here next year. So it's going to be emotional, definitely on Saturday. Albeit I didn't get to coach them all 4 of the years, but you know, I've had them here for 3 years now and 2 years respectively with Becca. So yeah, it'll be emotions running high. So I hope we can go in there with a right frame of mind, hopefully with a win under our belt from Wednesday, and really play like we can play, and get out there and give as good as we get. So.
Thanks very much, Coach, and hopefully next week we'll be talking about a conference tournament.
I hope so.